One of the hardest and most heartbreaking experiences of my life is when my dad left and my parents got divorced. It was messier than anyone ever expected and left a lot of relational and emotional scars. Yesterday, our Devo talked about Jesus and Paul's teachings on divorce. Paul, in his letter to the early church in the city of Corinth, referenced back to a passage from Jesus' most famous teaching titled the Sermon on the Mount. Here's what Jesus said. "It's been said, anyone who divorces his wife must give her a certificate of divorce. But I tell you that anyone who divorces his wife except for marital unfaithfulness causes her to commit adultery, and anyone who marries a woman so divorced commits adultery." Pastor Jim points out that, based on Jesus' teachings, divorce is usually wrong. Let's start with why it's wrong. The reason that Jesus used the word adultery is because a divorce goes against God's law. From the beginning, God created marriage as a perfect union between a man and a woman to become one. It's a lifelong commitment, a promise. But there's a concession that Jesus makes, something that separates divorce from being totally wrong to usually wrong. Jesus said, except for marital unfaithfulness. And there's another concession that's actually detailed in other parts of the Bible, physical abandonment. Physical abandonment has two sides to it. First, when someone in the marriage leaves and refuses to stay married to you. Second, when the results of their behavior and actions are in such a way that it forces separation for the safety of you and your children, like abuse or illegal activity. Now, marital unfaithfulness seems like it would cover just about anything, right? But the word unfaithful used here is translated from the Greek word porneia, which refers to flagrant and habitual sexual immorality without any desire to repent and be faithful. Essentially, sex within a marriage is so profound and significant that to violate it is enough to destroy a marriage in God's eyes. You see, I love the way Pastor Jim puts this. God never meant for a marriage to take these kinds of hits. God never meant for someone's heart to sustain these kind of blows, that level of treachery, that degree of sin and degradation. God doesn't command a divorce in these situations, but He does allow it. God doesn't want us to experience that heartache.